Hello, Taylor Elwood with Magical Experiments, and today we are going to talk about the importance of defining your results in order to set up your process. We're often warned in magic to avoid, lusting for results. I want to make it very clear that there's a difference between defining a result and lusting for a result. Lusting for a result is obsessing over that result. It is constantly thinking about it. It's basically consciously getting in the way of allowing your magic to work because you're so focused on it that you're not allowing the magic to work. You're getting in the way because you're too focused on it. Defining a result is different. When we take the time to define a result, what we're doing is we're getting very clear about what it is that we want. And the reason we want to define a result is because we want the magic that we perform to be targeted and specific. And how do we do that? We need to define the result. The result defines the process. So, for example, if you say, "Oh, I want to get a job," "I want to get a job" is a very vague result. If, however, you take the time to really specify what you mean by having a job, that makes a difference. It could be that you define what your workplace, what type of job you want to work at. It could involve defining the types of people that you want to work with versus the type of people you don't want to work with, how much money you want to make, what benefits you want to get, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. Taking the time to define the variables that affect the result, in this case, having the benefits, getting paid well, people that you're working with, allows you to create a very specific focus for the magic to work in. Um, Consequently, any magical process that you develop is going to be much more effective because you're going to know what you're working toward. And again, this is very different from lusting for a result. It's not that you're spending all your time on it. It's that you've defined what it is that you want. Now, I will say that it is okay. It is okay, and indeed it is important to not get too specific with your results. If you say, "Well, I want job X over there," okay, maybe you do, but that may not be. You may not get that because you might be too specific. Defining a result involves, yes, defining what the variables are, but leaving enough room for interpretation so that the magic can work with the field of possibilities. You may not get job X, but maybe you get job Y, which is actually better because it meets more of your criteria. So when you're defining a result, here's what you need to do. Define what you don't want and define what you do want. The reason why you define what you don't want is because in being clear about what you don't want, you're recognizing what the red flags are and you're programming your magical work accordingly so that it avoids putting you into something that you don't want to deal with. You want to define what you do want so that, again, your magic focuses in and targets in on what it is that you actually want. Defining your result is the first step of your magical process. It's one that people don't always spend enough time on. I recommend really thinking out what it is that you want, being very clear about what it is that you want and why you want it, and also being very clear about what you don't want and why you don't want it. Thanks for watching. If you have comments, comment below, and please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks.